Hello everyone, my name is Mbongeni Bhebhe and I am a Master of Engineering student at the University of Witwatersrand in Braamfontein, actually the Braamfontein campus in Johannesburg. I'm also an assistant road resident engineer. You know, basically what I do is I'm like a civil engineer who inspects some works that are done by contractors on roads and so on. But anyways, my whole point of this YouTube video was not to introduce myself, so I'll take you through. Oh, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know, Mbongeni is a Zulu word that comes from Mbonge, which means thank, and then ni is like an emphasis. I don't know whether you call it an adjective or adverb in English. It's just an emphasis that the people that are thanking him need to thank him, you know. So that is Mbongeni, Mbonge, thank, and then ni means you people. It's an emphasis of the people who are actually doing that thing. So I think education is the very single most important thing that my parents taught me. Look, I can't really dance, I can't really do a TikTok digital video and so on. So I just thought I'd do this video for all the young people out there, especially the grade 7s and grade 12s that are doing metric. You know, in South Africa, if you're in the UK, maybe you're doing your O levels or you're doing your A levels. This is the video for you, because with this coronavirus going on, education has moved on from the old-fashioned way of where you sit in class and then the teachers take you through the white chalkboard and then they write all over the board and teach you stuff like maths, science and everything. The whole purpose of my video was because I just really thought the single most important thing that someone can do during education is to remember something. You know, you want to remember numbers, you want to remember words, whether you're doing NS or you're doing science, physical science, English, accounting. Anything that you do in life needs you to at least remember something. Like me, at times I forget about where I put my keys. I look for my keys. I am 33 years old, by the way, and I've got 4 daughters. My first daughter, her name is Lilita, so I normally call her out when I can't see my keys. Then there is Lwaluhle Unami and Zandile. Zandile is the best example of what I'm teaching you about today, because she's the one who gave me that aha effect of, look, this is what I need to teach everyone worldwide on what we call the forgetting curve. Forgetting curve is a research that was done by Hermann Ebbinghaus in the 1880s, the 18th century, you know, 1880s to 1885. Most of you are millennials, you know, you're born in the 2000s and so on, and you've got no clue what happened down back in history. Well, my history is, you know, Nandi Bhebhe, you know, the mother of Shaka the Zulu, the world famous king. Nandi was born from a Bhebhe, you know. Some people call us Mhlongo, some people call us Njomani, and all those things. Anyways, let me stop talking a lot. Oh, by the way, I know all of you are wondering why I'm wearing this cap. If you've ever heard of a famous guy called Nelson Mandela, he was once the head of this political group called the ANC, Umkhonto weSizwe. He is my inspiration because he taught us a lot on how we can unite as people and flush out this racism. You know, in America, one of the police in America killed a guy called George Floyd, and there were worldwide protests about this thing called hatred and racism. So that is the meaning of this cap, that let's unite together, black or white, Afrikaner, Boer, Zulu, Xhosa, Sotho, Ndebele, you know, all of us, let's just unite, because it's really not worth it in these times. We've got an enemy like the coronavirus that is killing most of us, especially the elderly. And we do pray every day for those people. I wanted to make this a very short video, and this video is for grade 7, grade 6, grade 5. You can start so that you can strategize on how you can quickly work, because when you're grade 7 you want to start applying for grade 8, and you obviously want your grades to be consistently in the 80s or the 90s when you're doing your subjects. I don't know what subjects you do, but this video is for all the subjects, because this video is about forgetting, or let me rather say this video is about remembering, because we are fighting what we call the forgetting curve. We're battling against the forgetting curve. So if you do me a favor, I know all of you have Wi-Fi at home, just Google forgetting curve, forgetting, curve for curve, forgetting curve. Just Google that, and then after you Google that, you go through, just read through the passage on Wikipedia. I know most of you know Wikipedia, which is Wikipedia, Wikipedia. So if you Google forgetting curve and you go on Wikipedia, just read through that passage. It will be all about the history of how people forget. As a human being, you forget. And I know I am a parent with 4 daughters. So I wake up one morning, I shout at my daughter, Lilita, why are you not studying? Why are you not studying? Your grades are like 50s and blah, 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 everything, you know. But I've never actually sat down and thought that as human beings, we do forget. As you walk, you get a lot of distractions in life, and then these distractions tend to make you forget some of the things that you need, like my car keys for the house, the remote to open the gate, and things like that. So that's what we experience. So for children that are doing grade 7, please don't have a low self-esteem about your studies. After this video, you'll be thinking differently. This video is gonna change your life. But most of all, please don't forget to like this video so that it can motivate me to do another video for you, so that you can improve your life. So I was saying, Nelson Mandela advocated education as one thing that can make people change the way they hate another person. So taking this time, everyone should take a moment and remember George Floyd, and also remember all the women out there, because in South Africa we've got this problem of men beating up women, men killing women for one reason or the other, which is not fair for the other gender, you know, because they need to feel safe around us. I am a father of 4 daughters, so you can imagine how I feel when someone kills a woman. So I was talking about the forgetting curve. Let me just get straight to the gist of this message, otherwise this video will get too long. So I was saying, if you have a look at the forgetting curve, grade 7s, you know how a graph is like. On the y-axis, you've got your memory, and then on the z-axis, you've got the time. You know, the time, normally that's in days. So if you have a look at your forgetting curve, you'll see that there is a red line that goes down like that. That red line represents information. Okay, so the information that I'm teaching you now shows you that your memory remembers most of the information right at the top. But do you remember what I just said on the first minute of this video? I don't think so. So it's normal for every human being to forget every minute. And every minute you're forgetting a thing or two, and you're forgetting. So if you look at the forgetting curve, it tells you right after the information is fresh in your mind, you start losing the information from your head, going down. Look at the x-axis, you'll see on position 1, which means 1 day. On day 1, you go up. On day 1, you'll see where the day 1 meets the red line. You can see that you would have lost half of the information that you learned that day. For example, okay, your teacher, let's say Miss or Mrs. Tracy Oliver, is teaching you, let's say, mathematics, right? This is like an example, so I'm just choosing anything arbitrary. They're teaching you mathematics. They teach you for an hour. what the forgetting curve is telling you that after a day, which is tomorrow, the 14th of June, 2020, you would have forgotten half of the information, which means you would have forgotten 30 minutes of your lesson. If your lesson is 45 minutes, you would have forgotten half of the 45 minutes of the information. That's in one day, right? You don't review anything, you just leave it like that. Day 2, you would have forgotten 3/4 of the information, which means on day 3, if you look at where day 3 on your x-axis meets the red line, you will see that you would have forgotten almost all the information. Okay, what is this that I'm telling you? This is extremely important, even for the grade 12s that are studying metric, right? If you start studying a month before your exam, right, it's a very good thing. It gives you a month of what I call active recall, or what I call spaced repetition. Now, I've taught you 2 things already, 2 very important things. Number 1, I've taught you about the forgetting curve. You need to understand the forgetting curve so you know why you need to sit down every day and study, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do is, our y-axis represents day 0, right? I hope all of you are looking at the Wikipedia, right? Forgetting curve, right? Wikipedia, forgetting curve, right? You go on a section where it says battle the curve. Read through that section, right? As you read through that section, you see on your right hand side, there is a graph, right? That is called the forgetting curve. This graph has got the y-axis as your memory, and then it's got your x-axis, right, representing the number of days, right? If you look at your graph, it's a red line going down. That shows the amount of information. Amount of information can be mathematics, can be physics, can be chemistry, can be any subject that you're studying for you to pass, right? If you are a grade 7 and you want to easily get into grade 8 at any school, you need to aim for the 90s or the 100s, right? This is your target, because normally when you do your target, you fall short. That's human. That's any human being, falls short of whatever their target is. At least if you aim for 100, then you get in the 90s. So now, the forgetting curve again. There are lines on that graph. There is the red line, which represents the amount of information. There is the green line, which also represents the amount of information. Your x-axis shows the time, the number of days you have that information. So as you look at the graph, the red line, as it goes down, it shows that you are losing information. So from day 0, when you start reading something, day 0 is today, when Mbongeni is teaching you about the forgetting curve, right? Try and think about it. Tomorrow, around about at the same time, 10:20, try and remember everything that I taught you about the forgetting curve. I can tell you would have lost half of the information. So Herman, in 1880 to 1885, he discovered this. This was like 2 centuries ago, because we're in the 21st century, by the way. So yeah. Anyways, going back to the forgetting curve. Sorry guys, I really do know that I talk too much at times, but I'm trying to make sure that you really understand the importance of this. We all forget, but when we do an exam, we get tested on how much information we remember, irrespective of the subject. Like for English spellings, they just want you to remember all the letters to spell the word improvement, for example. How do you spell improvement? I-M-P-R-O-V-E-M-E-N-T, right? Did I look at the word? No, it's something that I learned when I was still in primary school. But because I repetitively, let me not use the word repetition, because some people don't know what repetition means. Repetition is like practice, If you practice more often, practice makes what? Perfect. Practice more often and then you will grasp, right? So, okay. Let's go back to the very important things. Okay, right. we talked about the forgetting curve, and then we're talking about active recall and spaced repetition, right? Those are the only two things a student needs to pass their exams. A student needs to pass their exams by understanding the forgetting curve. You need to understand that no one is dull, no one is poor in anything. You can change the world by knowing that. So the gist of the message is, right, understand that everyone, for me, I'm an average student, everyone cannot remember anything if they do not repeat it, right? And the forgetting curve tells you that you lose information every hour, every second from your brain, because your brain changes focus. You change focus on things that distract you. When you go and watch TV, which is a good thing, by the way, because TV also teaches you something, like a movie, try remembering a program, whether it's Generations or The Queen or any soapy that you were watching yesterday. Try and remember what they were talking about. You would have lost half of it. That's what the forgetting curve was talking about. So when you sit down and you study something, this is what you need to do, right? According to the forgetting curve. On day 0, you do what I call is accumulation, right? Accumulation is when you've got new information that you want to learn. You take all this new information that they taught you in class and you put it all in one place, right? And then after doing that, you go through all that information. That's what you do on day 0, right? On day 1, right, if you don't want to lose half of all the information that you learned, before 24 hours, you go through that information again. That is what the green line is all about, right? You know, red is black. Red means do not go there. If it was a traffic light or a robot, most people in British, they call it a robot, but in South Africa they call it a traffic light. So traffic light, when it's red, do not go. The forgetting curve shows you that red is where you're not supposed to be, green is where you're supposed to be. So day 1, after going through the information before 24 hours, you go through the information again so that you don't lose half of the information. Then you look at the green line, right? And then after 48 hours, you go through the same information again. Look at the green curve over number 2. If you look at number 2, you go all the way up, right? You are repeating the same information that you learned in day 0 so that you permanently remember it. If you do this for 6 days, following the forgetting curve and remembering that we are all human beings, we do forget. Parents, this is also important for you because our children need to have the highest of self-esteem so that they can be able to push themselves. I know for me it's stressful to be talking to Lilita every day about her sitting down and studying because she does not understand the forgetting curve, right? Lilita, you need to understand that every day you lose more than half of the information that you would have learned before. If she understands that, you won't need to shout every day because she knows she's losing information in her brain of what she learned. So the more times you repeat on that information, the better you will become in your studies. You can imagine if you're getting 50s like right now, and then you use this method that I just taught you now, you're going to be in your 90s. And you won't want to hide your report when your parents say, please, can you show me your report for this term? You won't want to hide your report. And you're not even embarrassed. You're happy. You have a good vacation or holiday or anything. But, we basically lost about 3 months this year, the year of 2020, mainly because of the coronavirus, the lockdown, schools were closed, and no one at the time to teach kids. Well, Northcliffe Primary School did a great job, by the way, on sending some online lectures. All the teachers that were devoted and dedicated are also frontline workers, like the healthcare staff and everyone else. We really appreciate it. Our nation has never been so united, ever. And I know it's disappointing, nothing is perfect. Obviously, the George Floyd and racism all over the world has not changed, but it all starts with you as an individual. So, right, let me just do a quick recap before I close off, because this is what I wanted you guys to really learn. Okay, point number one, everyone forgets, right? Everyone. It doesn't matter how high your IQ is. And by the way, getting 90s in school does not mean that, well, I wouldn't call it as a definition of saying someone is intelligent. Because the smartest student, right, the smartest student at a school, right, is the one that remembers the most, that comes out of that exam. So it's about what questions that they ask you. How much of that do you remember? So is that a true measure of a person's intelligence? Nah, I doubt that. But that is real dope, hey? Did you hear what I just said? Say you're given a question paper, or you're given a test or an exam, Oh, let me use vocabulary, a spelling test for you, right? A spelling test, right? If you want to get 100% of a spelling test, it's all about the number of words that you remember, that the teacher's gonna say out. Am I correct? Yeah, obviously. So, school is all about teaching you how to remember. So, like I said, right, the forgetting curve is what we really need to focus on as parents, as grade 7s, as grade 12s, This goes out to even us, at the University of Witwatersrand. The more you remember stuff, the better your grades are going to be, unfortunately. So now, okay, going back to what I was saying, in summary, remember and understand that everyone forgets as a human being. And you forget, after 24 hours, you would have forgotten half of the information that you would have gone through. Half of the information. It doesn't matter whether you're doing mathematics, you're doing chemistry, you're doing physics. Why am I saying those subjects? Because those subjects are the ones that I did for my Cambridge exams in 2004. It was a long time ago. In 2004, I did maths, physics, and chemistry, and I wrote Cambridge A-level exams. Well, I didn't really get the grades that I liked, but those grades are the ones that made me go into engineering, civil engineering, which is quite interesting, and I love it. I've got a passion for it. Anyways, I talk too much. Okay, so the first thing is people forget. You need to understand the forgetting curve. Okay, and then the last thing, that is the very, very most important thing that you need to know as a student. In the worldwide, right? The more you repeat something, the better your grades are going to become. So studying should not be boring. Everyone have their own way of trying to memorize or recall or repeat something or practice something. People practice differently. So understand the forgetting curve and then practice your own way. But your practice should have a strategy, should be structured, right? You need to practice daily for about a week. Give yourself 1 full week, right? Okay, this is day 0. I've just taught you through a video about the forgetting curve, right? Tomorrow, repeat this video again before 24 hours, right? And then on day 2, repeat this video again. Day 3, repeat this video until you get to day 7. Then you'll be fine. Alright guys, thank you so much. Please like this YouTube video, and then it will motivate me to create another video. But please give me also feedback under your comments, whether the forgetting curve did help you. Or for parents, I would suggest that if you start teaching your child at 4 years, at grade 4, sorry, not 4 years old. Come on. My daughter Zandile, she's 2 years old, right? Already she can do a full alphabet from A up to Z alone with no help. It's not me who taught her, but actually she gave me that like I said in the video, because she likes the iPad, so she goes through YouTube videos, and these YouTube videos are all educational. So these YouTube videos are the ones that taught her the alphabet, even counting numbers and so on. But this comes to my point number 2 again. Zandile learned full alphabet at 2 years old because she kept on repeating those videos. She repeated and repeated those videos during the lockdown. It became even annoying to myself because she would play the same video every day for about 3 months. We're in level 5 lockdown, and she would play the YouTube video. Luckily, we've got Wi-Fi at home, and she would play consistently until she could say out A up to Z non-stop. She can count 1 up to 20 non-stop on her own because she was watching a YouTube video. Can you see how important the digital space is for us? You can imagine if you had started doing this method of knowing about the forgetting curve, right? And repeating the same information that you went through for about a week every single day, and then you'll be fine, right? That's 100%. Anyways, the last comment that I want to make, this is the last comment, and then I'm out, right? Please like the video. Give me some feedback if this video really helped you, right? For grade 12s, I've got another method that I want to post out for you. But at first, if you like this video, if I get at least 10,000 followers and so on, hopefully in a month, I'll post another video for the grade 12, so that gives you a detailed method on how I also got good grades when I did my A level, which was maths, physics, chemistry, which, by the way, most people think it was very difficult. But for grade 12s, I'm gonna go into finer detail where they really get to understand on what needs to be done. So ciao guys, keep safe, have a great weekend. It's a Saturday, the 13th of June 2020. Please keep safe, and pass my regards to all the parents out there who have been watching this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're gonna teach your kids about that. Everyone forgets. Don't get frustrated when you always tell them to study. Remind them, create a study schedule for them, so that in December everyone can be happy, and then everyone can go to grade 8 next year, 2021, and even the grade 12s can be able to join Wits University, which is an amazing university in South Africa. Thank you so much. Bye.